Good afternoon. This is the post-match press conference of Team Canada for match 27, Canada versus Qatar. I have here with me head coach Jesse Marsch and media officer John Loban. Before we start the press conference, the interpretation is going to be in English, Arabic, French, and Spanish by the interpretation app. If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand, say the name of the organization, the language you'd like to ask the question in, and yeah, I'll pass on the word now to John.
Excellent. Nicolas.
Hi, Jesse. Nicolas Landry, RDS Montreal. My question is in English. Have you had the chance to meet with Ismaël after the game? If so, how is he? And where are you at emotionally, I guess, having to balance the thrill of a huge win with the disappointment of losing a guy like that?
Yeah, I haven't spoken to Ismaël yet, but he's at the hospital. He will prepare for a surgery. I'm going to go see him after this press conference. We'll see exactly what we decide to do for him. His family is with him at the hospital, so his mother's there and his family. So, yeah, I mean, look, it happened right in front of the bench. We could all hear it. You know, I knew right away. It was similar to when Tajon got hurt in training. It was right in front of us, and everyone could hear the bone snap. So, you know, your heart goes out to him, and everybody's a little shaken by the whole experience because of the nature of the injury, and also because Ismaël is a big part of the heart of our team. It will be a big loss for us. He's been an amazing player in these last two games. But look, he also, you saw also that he was waving to the crowd and almost making everybody else feel at ease with the fact that he's injured. And that's, you know, it's an incredible statement about Ismaël as a person, but this is our team. You know, I mean, I've been trying to tell people for 2 years about the special character of this group. And it gets highlighted in moments of challenging moments and in moments of glory. And I think that today was a representation of all of that. And you got to see how the team, everybody was crushed when it happened, but we had to find a way to stay focused. We knew that Ismaël wanted us to finish the job. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of thoughts that go through our heads right now, and we're all thinking about him, but we're all very proud of what we are. That's what I would say more than anything is we're very proud of who we are and what we are. And I think that was all on showcase today.
Tom.
Hey, Jesse. Congrats on the win. Tom Bogert from The Athletic. Asked my question in English. There seemed to be a bit of a disagreement with the Qatari coach, Lopetegui.
Yeah, I'm not spending 1 second. It's not worth any of our time to discuss.
So then I'll pivot. Do you think that the Qatari players were a little overly physical, or what was your view on the match in that regard?
No, I think until the injury, I actually think that the match was pretty good, you know, and I think that obviously we had a very dominant performance in the first half, but I think that probably their coach wanted to fire them up a little bit at halftime to give them a chance to not go down by 4, because that means they have to beat Bosnia. So we were aware of that, and we needed 4 so that we don't have to beat Switzerland. And so then, you know, I think that led to, but the player, let me be clear. The player apologized to Ismaël, like came into the dressing room and apologized to him, and Ismaël told the team or let the team know that had happened. So I don't think that he meant such a gruesome tackle or gruesome situation. So I don't fault him for that, but I don't understand a reaction from their entire bench to try to start a fight about it being a red card when a clear foul just happened that broke a player's leg. So strange behavior, but in the end, we were more focused on Ismaël in the match.
Matthew.
Matthew Schneider with TSN. Jesse, now this team finds itself in uncharted territory, getting ready for a game in which you can win the group and stay here. How do you balance the next 6 days, knowing the strength of this team is brotherhood? Do you lean on some of the experiences during Copa America with the situation with Tajon?
Yeah.
And how do you approach now, knowing everything that you've always planned for and wanted, you saw today?
Yeah. Look, we have almost the exact same situation that happened with Tajon, and the way that the guys rallied around him at that time and also used it as motivation to achieve some big goals. You know, I've tried to say, but you can see the brotherhood. You use that word. That word came from John when he was here and before I came, and that was one of the first things I noticed when I took on the role of the manager for this team, is how close they are, how connected they are, how much they love each other and how much they love playing for the national team. And to be honest, I've tried to accentuate it, but more than anything, I've tried to stay out of the way. And in a moment like this, I don't think they need me so much. I think they have each other, and they know that. And their families are here. We have a family barbecue tomorrow. We're going to enjoy that. We're going to enjoy being together. I'm sure Ismaël will be on everybody's minds. But it is also important that we know that Ismaël is going to be back stronger than ever. He's going to be confident. He's going to believe in himself. We're going to make sure he gets great medical care, and he's going to continue to have a great career. And I said to them even at the water break, Ismaël would want us to finish the job here in this game, and then we'll figure out how we want to deal with everything else after. And to be fair, that's what the guys did. So that part was great.
Joe.
Jesse, just here. Joe Callan, Toronto Star. It can be crude to move on so quickly, but a World Cup forces you to. So just on filling that void, how confident are you in Nathan Saliba as a starter in this World Cup? And is Fonzie potentially an option to replace the creativity that might have been lost with Ismaël?
Yeah, look, I don't think we have another player like Ismaël. He's a bit of an X factor for us. So, like I said, we're going to miss him. I think we have good players that can replace him in Nathan Saliba, Mathieu Chouanière, Oso, right? Jonathan Osorio, I think, is an option. We can use different guys in different ways. And then, look, we not only, I think, now give ourselves a chance to compete for the group, but also by winning the group, we give ourselves more time to get everybody healthy. Obviously, you saw Moyes on the pitch today for 45. That was great. But the further we go in this tournament and the more time we give, then we can get Alfonso back to 100%, which we know will be an important thing for our team to be successful.
Coach, here, Jim Morris with Canadian Press. Congratulations. We sort of talked around it. Historic day for Canadian soccer. What's going through your mind right now, or what's the emotion that you feel that the team is feeling?
Well, look, when I came here, the vision was more than just this World Cup. Obviously, a big carrot was the fact that it was a home World Cup, but it was to change the sport in the country, to drive interest, to drive expertise, to educate, and to create a pathway for the future, and to create an identity for what Canadian soccer could be. And you can say and do all the right things, but you need moments like today. You need moments where everybody remembers what happened. Like no one will forget this, and no Canadian will forget this day. And I said afterwards to Matt, there'll be 40 million people that said they were here. And it's an incredibly seminal moment for everyone to understand that there's talent in this country, that there's mentality, that there's desire, that there's a lot of things that make this country special, even though it's a hockey country, right? And so that part I'm very proud that we've accomplished, a moment where everybody can kind of remember what's happening. But even more so, I think it will drive us to make sure that we do everything we can to win the group and really make a run in this tournament.
Patrick. Jesse, Patrick Johnston from the Province newspaper here in Vancouver. Question in English. Jonathan David hat-trick. Obviously a lot of questions coming out of last game with the miss and some pressure on him. How do you feel? Obviously you got the result, but how do you feel he handled the focus that was on him?
Ismaël and I sat here yesterday, and we both said, I get why you asked the questions about Johnny, but we know Johnny. And what I said is buckle up. So I hope you guys had your seatbelts on today, right? Because that's a player. That's a striker. That's a goal scorer. So I never had any doubts in Johnny. And the one thing I said is for us to really be successful as a team, we need Johnny driving what we do in the attacking part of the pitch. And, he set up the first goal with the shot. Then he obviously scoring the hat trick, but I thought he was fantastic in general. And you know what? The only thing I encouraged Johnny was to train better, and he trained really well this week. And I think that put him in a state of mind to be at his best for this match.
Last one here.
Isaac Fannin, BBC.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, my man?
Yes. I just wanted to ask a question on the crowd here today. We were at the march.
Yeah.
And
I saw the videos.
Everyone was saying, because it's the BBC, that they wanted everyone to know that Canada is a football country.
Yes.
And they seem to get really, really behind you today.
It's a soccer country.
I can't bring myself to say that word.
It's all right.
But what do you think you've started today, especially with a win like this?
Well, like I said, I mean, even how I was celebrating with the fans, this is not a normal moment, right, for the country, and I think we need to accentuate the success of the moment. We will stay grounded, we won't get ahead of ourselves. I'll make sure that the team is in all ways ready to focus and concentrate and compete to win the group and set ourselves up truly for success in this tournament. But I learned in this business that, big moments don't come so easy, and you have to appreciate them and you have to celebrate them. And I wanted to make sure that the stadium did. I wanted to make sure that our team did, even with the situation with Ismaël. I wanted to make sure that all the guys really had the chance to enjoy it. Like I said, we'll have the family barbecue. We're going to, in all ways, accentuate the positivity of what's been created here before me, now, after me, right? But then we have to turn our focus in 2 days, really, after the barbecue, to everything that it will take to truly be great in this tournament. So we will do that. But it was an important moment for the sport and the country.
Sandra?
Okay. Thank you, John. Thank you, Jesse. We wish you all the best.